Hello everybody, this is EJK. Today's game is a PvP on Kairos Junction between ThreeWayLover and SharpenedEdge. Whoa, SharpenedEdge's pylon is faster than ThreeWayLover's. It looks like ThreeWayLover is now supply blocked because the pylon is a shorter distance, or was placed more slowly. Already, interesting bugs coming into play. Okay, a second pylon now for ThreeWayLover, way ahead of any necessity for a second pylon. ThreeWayLover bot likes to go for a defensive opener on one base, take a hidden base, and then mass up Tempests. I haven't seen SharpenedEdge play at all, but we will see what happens. I wonder how long this probe gets chased around for by 4 other probes. What makes these 4 probes stop attacking this probe? Besides it dying. SharpenedEdge is not spending Nexus energy. ThreeWayLover, on the other hand, has spent 3 chrono boosts. It's 50 chrono boost energy, so two chrono boosts have been spent on ThreeWayLover. I'm not even sure on what. Okay, on probes, I suppose. Meanwhile, SharpenedEdge has not spent any chrono boosts yet, and both players have equal probe counts. That's interesting. 2 adepts on the way. SharpenedEdge definitely looks more like a typical human player making these 2 adepts. It's up to the bot, though, to use it effectively. Still hasn't used any chrono boost yet. And a Nexus coming down before Warp Gate research. Normally, you'd like to see Warp Gate research being started as early as possible. It's such a cheap upgrade at 50 gas, 50 minerals. There we go. Warp Gate starts. The chrono boost is on the way. ThreeWayLover, on the other hand, does not know which mineral pack to rally an unfinished Nexus to, but it's got a bunch of spare APM. This one's pretty solid. Although, what's the story with these guys and gas? Whenever you see probes with gas mining minerals, then the gas was essentially wasted because it gets dropped on the ground and then the probe goes and picks up minerals. ThreeWayLover has a typical defense setup. Warp Gate research is being chrono boosted out for SharpenedEdge, so that's why the Warp Gate here is significantly faster, even though they were both delayed. On the other hand, ooh, okay, Warp Gate being chronoed out here now too. I was just about to comment that ThreeWayLover, for the bot, it might be in its best interest to save up chrono boost momentarily before the Tempest gets started. Fleet Beacon takes 43 seconds. Energy regenerates at like a little over 1 energy per second, I believe. So, by having maybe around 150 energy saved up for when that Tempest gets ready, you can really make good use of getting your Tempest count up faster. There doesn't appear to be any energy on this Nexus either. Meanwhile, about 90 energy, about 130 energy. 4 gateways and 1 observer. The observer has not been sent to scout. What in the world is going on? Only 1 observer from this robotics facility. I would have liked to see a little bit more juice made out of it, even if it was increasing the observer count by 100% to 2. Having 1 observer like this implies that the observer was made for detection only. Oops. Oh, that's Control V. Okay. Where is this chrono boost being used? I didn't catch a glimpse if it was being used on the Stargates or not. It only lasts for 20 seconds. Okay. SharpenedEdge's units are going in for the attack. Shield Bat are doing a lot of damage, and these Tempests are doing a really good job of staying well out of range with the Stalkers. Not the best micro from SharpenedEdge, and he's going to take heavy losses. And I like the retreat function. Okay, it does look like the Tempest is being chrono boosted now. That's good. I like that reaction from SharpenedEdge deciding to retreat the units, taking a 3rd base, starting 1-1 upgrades. The only thing I'd really like to see more out of SharpenedEdge is to maybe a more streamlined build. Currently we have about 56 probes, and there are way too many probes over here. Let's say we got rid of 5 probes. Let's say we got rid of 6 probes here. 6 probes were not made, and this is fine. But let's say 6 probes were not made here. That would be enough minerals to squeeze out 2 extra gateways. If it was a human player playing, they would have been able to cut out certain things so that they can. Usually you want to power up your gateways in groups of 3 to 4 to 5, get kind of done all at once, rather than in slower increments. Wow, that Stalker barely stayed alive. Tempest count is doing pretty well. No plus air weapons, interestingly enough, for these Tempests. But ThreeWayLover is on 3 bases. Probe count's pretty even. Economy is hugely in favor of ThreeWayLover, mostly because of the saturation. Now that this base from SharpenedEdge has gotten saturated, it should pick up mining. Good unit composition overall. Moving out before Blink is completed, that is not a great idea, but it looks like it was programmed to move out when +1/+1 finished. Nothing happens there. Smart retreat. I really like this retreat. Conserving units by SharpenedEdge. Resources lost tab show that SharpenedEdge has not. Has anything died? Okay, so 1 worker has died. Not really sure. Oh, so 1 worker and a cannon has been killed for ThreeWayLover this entire game. That's pretty good efficiency. Oops. Alright, we got a battle on our way. Blink is done. These Stalkers blink forward. They'd in focus fire these Tempests. That'd be really great. But instead they're using the blink to retreat back. And definitely a safe generalization. But in this situation, not very effective. Oh my gosh, these Tempests are not getting touched. 3.15 movement speed against 4.13. Stalkers are not too much faster than these Tempests, as it turns out. Wow, there is action all over the map right now. Don't even know what to look at. The important thing to see here is that the resources lost tab shows that ThreeWayLover is winning. Army values are fairly even, but SharpenedEdge is pulled all over the place. Wow. This is pretty crazy. Now these Tempests have such a large line of sight looking at the minimap here. They can see so much, and that is that's pretty awesome to see. As a Protoss player, who needs oracles when you just have Tempest spaced out so perfectly that you can see everywhere on the map? Meanwhile, SharpenedEdge's army really doesn't know how to react to these stalkers, and even if it had the proper micro, how do you go beyond the cliff? How do you go beyond these rocks with these stalkers once the Tempests run away there? You really can't. There's not a clear solution for something like that. Wow. I think maybe only one Tempest, maybe a Tempest and some probes. Workers killed 16. So 15 probes died. That is 500, 750, 800 resources worth of probes, one cannon, and I think that leaves about enough for one Tempest, because I don't think more than one Tempest has died this game. So this was almost a perfect game by ThreeWayLover. Ooh, a mothership on the way. That's pretty cool. Still too much saturation in this main base. No fourth base was attempted by SharpenedEdge. It looks like this is where the macro starts to fall off. +3 attack and armor is great, but having only 4 warp gates is super duper bad. Let's see. We got only blink is done. No charge, no add-up shades. The robotics facility was only used to make Colossus. Thermal lance is completed. That's good. ThreeWayLover has gotten upgrades too, not falling behind in that field. Well, slightly behind, but not too far behind. I think if SharpenedEdge was able to power up a little bit more efficiently, I mean, you shouldn't have 4 gateways. Okay, you shouldn't have 4 gateways on 3 bases. This building placement also does not allow for the best placed buildings. There's a lot of unusable space because of how the buildings are placed. This is actually, I kind of like this a lot better because with the wall off here, and then, well, there's not really any gateways, so there's not really anything that can get trapped because the Tempests fly. Let's speed this up a little bit more. Oh, that's a lot of Tempests now. 22 Tempests. Yikes. Really hard to know what to do in SharpenedEdge's position. Maybe even transition to Void Rays or Tempests itself, or try to be more aggressive with the Blink Stalkers. The Blink Stalkers have a lot of potential against this Tempest army before it gets too big like this. This is hilarious, though. It's funny to watch them. But the Protoss player would get a lot more value out of the overall programming by focusing on Blink Micro, making it more efficient. How to do that, though, that's a very open-ended problem, and one that would take a lot of time to fully understand. Oh, look at that, there's an observer. Still only one observer. More observers too, please. But, good game. Oh my gosh, on the minimap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. ThreeWayLover took the entire map. Alright, that's a way to end the game. Good game, everybody.